want to say I'm with Darius on this, but like I don't care about sushi that much either.
If someone's like, "Hey, let's go out for sushi," I'd be like, "All right, cool."
If someone was like, "Yo, sushi," oh man, I'm gonna let you have your opinion, but to me, I don't care.
Side.
I know Wesley and Addie be nutting all over their fish and whatnot. Yeah.
And then eating it.
Yeah. Fucking nasty ass. Let me provide my own tartar sauce.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nah, I like sushi.
Alright, let me just go to Platinum Games again and just check this.
There's so much tartar everywhere. Oh.
There's so much tartar.
Guitar.
What's going on, guys? It is episode 16 of the Mark Podcast. I am Wesley, the one and only. What's going on?
How's it going? We just recorded
No, you didn't.
a little bit. And
Don't
then
talk about
we
it.
Lost that.
I have no idea what he's talking
Sorry.
about.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
My name's Haddock. How's it going?
What's going on? It's your boy, Young Boobis Batch, the Buddy Reese Biscuit in the batch. I'm a Kung Fu nigga.
You nailed it. You still got the same thing.
There you go. And I'm Nico. Hello. Hi. How's it going?
All right. So, yeah, we got some of this done. Audio wasn't going properly. So, we're going to come back to what we discussed not on the podcast towards the end. So
Now,
we can
see,
get
I'm
back-
going to need you
we can come
to
back around to it, you know?
bleep whatever he just said. Because we didn't
'Cause it doesn't
record
matter.
anything. This is the first recording. We're
This is
just
the first
now
take.
recording. First take.
What are the first take odds?
We never start over.
That's the biggest cap I've ever heard. All right. So,
They don't know that.
let's just go window shopping with the last few things that I have here. All right.
Sure.
All right. In a recent survey that Sony was conducting, they asked whether respondents would be interested in streaming their games to other devices like Nintendo Switch or Apple TV.
And they said no.
So I'm gonna pull this article up because actually I think I already pulled it up. Yeah, I did. Because they got some cool things in here. So it says Sony's doing some research
Thank you for ruining the podcast.
You're welcome.
into the popular remote play feature. Yeah, they asked people if they were interested in streaming their games to other devices. It also asks whether users would be enticed by an offline version of remote play. Don't know what that means.
No need.
Yeah, exactly. Elsewhere in the questionnaire, the platform holder posits the possibility of playing previous generation games such as PS1 and PS2 via remote play. Interesting. There are also references to minor quality of life improvements, such as the removal of unused controls on the touchscreens to free up display space. But perhaps the most interesting of all is reference to a smaller portable on-the-go DualShock, which would include a screen and allow you to play your games in a more convenient Wii U-esque format. They're all interesting ideas, and while they're unlikely to all be in active production, it's fascinating to learn a little bit more about where where PlayStation's mind is at.
Wii U.
I know what they're talking about. I just wish they didn't say Wii U.
That's the article that said that.
Why couldn't they just say PS Vita?
I'd rather that.
I guess because the Wii U is kind of like it's thought of as a controller, whereas the PS Vita usually isn't because it's the whole
Forget
console.
the Vita.
Because the gamepad is for the Wii U is technically is a controller.
I
It's not
still
actually
don't
a
understand what offline version of remote play means.
console. That doesn't make
That makes
sense.
no sense to me.
Don't worry about any of that.
I don't know. I really don't. And the article even says though it doesn't elaborate on how this would actually work.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
Thank you, Sony.
This is from Sammy Barker over at Push Square.
Sammy.
Who wrote that article?
Push boy.
Forget Push Boy.
I'm a push boy.
Push me.
Suck.
All right,
Go
we
for it.
only have one more thing that we didn't go over in the first unrecorded part of this podcast.
What are you talking about?
I don't know what he's talking about. He keeps saying that. It doesn't make any
wrong with you?
sense.
Nintendo has, quote, no plans to release a new Nintendo Switch model this year, putting to rest the heavily rumored expectation of a Pro model being released.
Oh, okay,
So
well.
we've been hearing for a while, over a year now, that there was going to be a Pro model of the Nintendo Switch coming out. These same rumors were alongside the rumor of the light model, which did come out.
Yes.
And we thought maybe with the consoles, with the new generation starting this year, that they would want to be able to kind of kick some more power into the Switch. But Nintendo themselves says that they're not releasing anything this year. So either there's no Pro model ever coming anymore, or they're just going to kind of be a new iteration of the Switch next year, maybe. We'll have to find out. So the quotes say, regarding Nintendo Switch, we believe that it is important to continue to communicate the appeal of both Nintendo Switch systems and expand the installed base. Please note that we have no plans to launch a new Nintendo Switch model during 2020. And then there's another quote that says, we feel that we have not fully yet communicated the special features and appeal of Nintendo Switch Lite, so we will continue to address this going forward. So yeah, they're focusing on what they have right now, and they're not releasing anything new.
Okay.
Understandably.
I mean, Nintendo's always been not necessarily cognizant of everyone else, so they like to do their own thing.
He ain't wrong.
Yeah, we'll just see how that pans out for them, because as the new consoles come out, it's going to be even harder to port third-party things to the Switch.
I was about to say.
I just want to make sure.
I would flip the table and leave.
Oh, if you didn't like my laughing before, don't let that happen.
Oh God.
Okay. What's next?
Should I go back around and do all the window shopping stuff now? I feel like I should. I feel like it would be weird if I did it later.
Go for it.
Yeah, go.
All right.
I'll try to repeat what I said before.
All right. Let's just move through this.
Try to eliminate any dead air and just get your thoughts out as quick as possible
Yes.
and discuss,
Sure.
and then move on quick.
All right. So, next thing, a game preservation project is trying to collect and preserve every Flash game it can get its hands on.
Oh.
This project is called Flashpoint. It has been in development since early 2018, and it's particularly relevant now because Adobe is ending support for Flash by the end of this year.
F in the chat for Adobe.
Yeah.
Flash. Player.
Man, Flash was a part of so much, both as an
it is.
animation
I don't
software and
actually remember
Freeze.
any Flash games
You're stupid.
very. Like there was the one with
except
the
Happy Wheels.
Sure.
Facts. There was the one where you were the Black Knight and you got to beat the shit out of villagers to get taxes from them, as taxes work now. There was a one where you were like the stick. I think this is one of like the first iterations of it, though I could be wrong. Where you were the stick dude and you had to shoot the apple off dude's head, or you could shoot him in the throat.
I think
Or-
there's like 10 of those games.
Facts. Or in the nuts if you were me and my sister. That was an
Yeah.
accomplishment of our own.
There's a lot of good old Flash games out there. I used to play, Crush the Castle,
Facts.
Warfare 1917.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember any of these.
Does Balloon's tower defense run off of Flash?
Yeah, probably.
Oh wait. Hopefully it's
No.
part of
Literally
the
any game on the web is basically Flash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially if it was made before like 2012.
I kind of want to go back and play Balloon's tower defense.
So this cool project has preserved over 38,000 games so far.
Jeez.
Wow.
It's
That's
like
more than
that's-
4.
That's like 4 regular games.
Oh,
What's the problem?
No, all right. Understand this. I'm gonna be honest. Most of them games about to be trash.
That's true. It's like
Most of them games probably trash. Let's be honest.
a lot of those. I mean, a lot of them are a lot of older games that are definitely on there. There's always some like older like Disney games and like things like that aren't as interesting. I don't know. There's some games back that used to be on Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network's websites that I kind of want to look for.
The Cartoon Network games. Oh my! Don't even get me
I wonder
started.
if
I
I wonder
do
if those are
remember
preserved.
those more. I remember those.
I wonder if those are preserved. I got to check that out.
What
ju-
game did we play?
Like just
played
to
the
mention
Adventure
one,
Time
there
game.
was one where like it was an Ed and Eddie game, and they had like a basket down like near the bottom of the screen. You had to like use like machines and contraptions to get the Jawbreaker from like the top part of the screen to like into the basket, and that was a lot of fun.
That sounds great.
Sounds like you had a time.
I did.
There's also 2,400 animations and it's all running on 13 different platforms because you can also play games that are like HTML5 and stuff like that on here as well. But Flash is the main focus. Yeah, there are a number of just different game genres.
Is this one guy doing this?
No, I don't think so.
It can't be. Yeah, I was gonna say.
38,000 of them. It better not be one dude.
It's only been like 2 years since they started this thing,
Okay.
so that's a lot of games for 2 years. And yeah, there's adult games on there too, by the way. So that
I have to get it.
That takes up a good chunk of them. Definitely not all of it though. You can download the client
They're
from
gonna
the
flash
website.
you.
You can download the client from the website, and then you can basically download every game that you want individually as you want to play it. Or you can download everything at once, which takes 290 gigs of space.
Whoa!
Nah, I'm good.
Jeez, that's
I'm alright.
300. That's like 4 games.
I'm going to smack you.
And as you can tell from that comment, someone on this podcast does not value their teeth.
Just to give context to that, I'm gonna be really though. Yeah, we did fucking have to restart.
You son of a bitch.
That was something we said last time, and I've just been making a point to just keep saying.
You absolute slut.
So look forward to that in the near future.
I got a goo.
All right.
Next.
And you can get it from their website, bluemaxima.org/flashpoint, if you want to check that out. I would definitely check it out. It's very cool.
Done.
I downloaded it yesterday. Next, rumor has it that there are 2 Silent Hill games in development. This is coming from Jody McGregor over at PC Gamer. This rumor comes from a Twitter user, Aesthetic Gamer, who previously provided accurate leaks for Resident Evil 3 Remake and Resident Evil 7's Not a Hero DLC. So they have some credibility. They say that
It's a real guy.
the story goes that Konami reached out to developers to pitch 2 new Silent Hill games, one being a soft reboot of the main series, and the other being a more episodic game style like Telltale or Until Dawn. So
All I gotta say is hopefully Konami hands to someone and lets them do their thing.
yeah,
I would just go in a completely different direction with Silent Hills, which is the first time I'm definitely saying this. PT was different from Silent Hills, but still had the feeling of Silent Hills, if that makes sense.
yeah.
I never knew the feeling. Of
Don't
Silent
do
Hills.
that with this one.
By the way, the game
You stupid.
by the way, the game is Silent Hill. The S was actually added to the reboot that Kojima was working on.
Oh really?
Yeah, the games are actually called technically called different things.
So in the would-be new one, there was multiple hills.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
It's like the hills have eyes, only they're not talking.
I thought you were gonna say it's like the hill has eyes. Only the first one only had one eye.
Sure.
Things that should have been said but weren't.
Oh dear.
That was some new comedy for you.
Let's move on to the next thing. Oh,
Go away,
jeez,
there won't be
go
more.
through all of this again. Nintendo announced a bunch of information about Pokemon Home. This is from Ethan Gash over at Kotaku. So, okay,
Yeah, that's cool. Next.
let's just run through all the information real quickly.
Just run through this shit.
So, Pokemon Home is the replacement for Pokemon Bank, which is an online service that allows you to transfer Pokemon from one game to another, mainly just moving them up, basically, or storing them there. So there's going to be a free version and a paid version of this. The free version, or the paid version, is called Premium. The free version is called Basic. The premium version is going to have the ability to move Pokemon from Pokemon Bank, the old service, up to Pokemon Home, so you can bring them all the way up to Sword and Shield and Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu.
Real quick. Nico, I just thought of something. I want to make a note. This episode is going to be called the Market Podcast, the Definitive Edition.
Gee.
Why?
Because it's a remake
You're a fucking idiot.
with better stuff.
Well, I would actually just call it the Definitive Edition in
Sure.
in the title. Because otherwise it's going to be called the Market Podcast episode, whatever, the Market Podcast, the Definitive Edition.
That's the comedy.
Stupid.
Oh, dear.
I'll figure it out.
The premium version will allow you to store up to 6,000 Pokemon.
Shoot.
And the free version will be able to store up to 30. So that's more for just like
Which ain't nothing.
bringing over your favorites, basically. The premium version will allow you to put up to 10 Pokemon in a Wonder Box at once, and the free version will only let you put 3.
So you
We'll
can wonder trade 10 of them, or if you're broke, 3 of them at once.
We'll explain all that in a
Forgot
second.
once.
The number of Pokemon that can be placed in the GTS, the Global Trading System, is 3 for premium, 1 for basic.
Hey, Hyg, might I interject? Did you know that I can't do it? I can't do it.
Oh,
You have
jeez.
to. Make the joke again.
On the premium version, you can
Joke initiated. Did you know? What the fuck? Did you know that at one point that it was almost called the World Trade Center?
Why?
I don't know. It made sense. I mean, it makes sense. It's
Yeah,
just-
but like,
Now it's not, obviously.
They were just like,
see, Japan, that hurts me. Why would you do that?
No, it doesn't.
it would have hurt a lot of people.
Would have hurt somebody.
Well, on that day, it hurt a lot of people.
On the premium subscription, you can participate and host a room trade, and in the basic subscription, you can only participate in a room trade. And then finally, if you have a premium subscription, you can use the judge function, which I'll explain as well. And if you're using the free version, you can't do that. So the premium service costs $3 a month or $16 a year. It's quite an increase from the $1 or $5 a year that Pokemon Bank used to be.
Indeed.
The premium subscription also gives you 1 free month of Pokemon Bank that you can use to get everything in order from the past Pokemon games too. So like
Pokemon
get all your stuff moving up without having to pay extra. So then the 2 quotes from the article say, there are 3 ways to trade Pokemon with home. The first are Wonder Boxes that let players trade mystery Pokemon to random strangers around the world. The second are trade rooms where up to 20 people meet in a lobby and make offers. Finally, there's the global trade system that lets players request specific Pokemon. Paid subscribers get better versions of each of these, which I already explained. So, yeah, those are the different kinds of systems you can trade your Pokemon through. And then on top of that, E. In addition,
That's it.
in addition
Like
to
an
facilitating
E.
trades and moving Pokemon between games, the home app will have more extensive Pokedex entries than the games themselves, telling players things like which moves a Pokemon can learn. It'll also have information on current ranked battles and online competitions taking place in Sword and Shield, so players can get a feel for what Pokemon and movesets are popular at the moment. Then there's the judge feature, which discerning players will really need, since it's the only way to get deeper stat readouts on the Pokemon in your collection.
So I don't know how detailed they're going to be, but this is going to. I feel this is going to bring a lot more people into the ranked, like competitive Pokemon, because if you like, I don't know, Lapras, which my sister that's her favorite Pokemon, she'll be like, oh, Lapras. This is like one of 3 sets that Lapras usually runs. These are the Pokemon that would like to have Lapras on their team.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like Lapras, try going for this team.
Oh, so it's like a Mopifier.
More or less, yeah.
That's cool.
Or a Blitz, where
Because
it's
God
like,
knows we need that in competitive Pokemon.
oh my god.
It's just so complicated, man.
If you thought the League of Legends rune pages were difficult, try choosing one of 498 moves.
Yeah, I know. I realized. Stop.
What happened?
Don't worry about it. Hey, yo, give my boy Lapras some healthcare.
He still hasn't had any healthcare. I just got myself healthcare recently.
Congratulations.
Then I can afford healthcare. He is a boat.
You get boat insurance.
I also,
Exactly.
I also now can afford healthcare.
No, you can't.
You're welcome.
What? All right.
Why?
Continue.
I gave you the money
What are
that
you
I
giving
gave
me?
him, so you're welcome.
Do I feel like talking
Actually-
about this Overwatch stuff again?
Real quick. Funny enough, on the previous iteration of this episode of the podcast, I was actually paying my healthcare.
Get me sick, man.
Are you serious? Good host. Well, good co-host.
I mean, you guys didn't realize, so
Sure.
Shit.
I honestly don't feel like talking about this Overwatch thing yet.
I mean, yeah, just mention it. I'll say what I gotta say because that's all that needs to be said. and we
Skim
can move
through
on.
it.
All right, so there's some big changes coming to Overwatch.
Oh boy.
They're changing things about balance updates, and they're adding something called hero pools. So balance updates are now going to be more frequent, more aggressive, and made with a different mindset.
Are they?
Yes.
It's real nice, Blizzard. It's real nice. I'm
Good old
still not
bit-
gonna play your game though.
Good old Bizzard.
So they're gonna. This is a disaster.
Yo, this dude Hog just gave up. He's like, God, I hate this.
I don't know about you guys, but losing 35 minutes of the podcast.
It's the
makes
best
it-
thing that's ever happened to us.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, that's why I was laughing. I'm having so much fun because occasionally Hog will break character and he's like, all right, so God, I don't feel like doing this.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
I'm just gonna read through it.
That's why this is called the definitive edition.
There's also going to be a new experimental patch game mode that you can play so that they can test out new changes that they're putting into the game in the main game without having to use the PTR, which
Really?
was only available on PC previously.
I hadn't heard that before. What is it?
Hike is not fucking with you right now. To get on that subject, it's good because then they can do like fast acting like fixes to bugs and different balance changes because it's all in-house, so to speak.
Yeah.
I do remember that if a character was abusive, you were just like, all right, well, you're stuck with that for like the next 6 months until they change it. And it's like, yay.
Exactly.
It's like a Destiny gun. If it's broken, it's going to be broken for a few months.
Pretty much.
That's good for balance. I think it's going to be good for the game. I'm going to try. I think I might pop back in for a little bit, just see how things are popping. The other interesting thing is called hero pools, which are coming to competitive only, and Overwatch League. Starting next season, and that starts somewhere in March.
Yes.
So every week, a few heroes won't be available to play for that week. So there's going to be a certain amount of heroes that are going to be basically turned off in competitive. So you're going to be forced to do certain comps and certain meta changes for that week only, which is going to make competitive a lot more interesting. And it's going to add some more variance to the game where there isn't that much room for variance because it really is just a matter of what champion or what like characters you pick and what map you end up on. On top of that, the
You can do it. Sound it out.
I don't remember what I was going to say about it.
Well, yeah, this gives like.
Now listen. No, I'm sorry.
I like this for this change for competitive way more than I do regular like solo queue.
Yeah.
That's not what that's called.
No.
Quick play?
Quick.
He
Yeah.
noticed. He was like,
Jesus Christ.
he's like more than I do actual like like norms or whatever.
That's not what that's called.
This is
yeah.
not League of Legends.
So yeah, like normal play, and I actually meant to say pro play, not competitive.
Good old norms.
Yeah, I like this more for pro play because like I've seen in pro play there's like a meta, and the same with like competitive ranked, but more so pro play. I've seen like where there's a set meta and they're there in that meta for like the whole season or something.
Yes.
And it gets tiring seeing that, and it gets really boring. So this really like forces teams to play different styles and comps and stuff. So yeah, I think it's good for pro play. Like I said, though, it doesn't make me want to play Overwatch. So,
It requires competitive teams to be able to have multiple play styles and a number of different skills and whatnot in their pocket. They can't run back the same thing every single week when they play. They have to change it up.
This is how it's going to work in Overwatch League, which starts in March. Well, maybe it's just before that. But so starting March 7th, the Overwatch League will make 1 tank, 1 support, and 2 damage heroes unavailable for selection during each match weekend. So you're going to have 4 characters that are disabled for that weekend. Then there's some rules around it. The heroes will be randomly selected from a group of eligible heroes based on play rate data from the previous 2 weeks of Overwatch League matches. Only heroes that are being played regularly can be pulled from the next hero pool. No hero will be unavailable for 2 weeks in a row, which is good. Hero pools will not be used for mid-season tournaments, the play-in tournament, playoffs, or grand finals. All heroes will be available for those matches. And then on top of that, teams will be informed of each week's hero pool approximately 1 week in advance of the matches.
That's
So
good.
they have time to prepare as well, to think about what do we want to do without those characters.
Something there, actually, that's not in the article, but I see over to the side. I saw this a couple of days ago. Yeah, Overwatch League is moving exclusively to YouTube Gaming.
Yeah,
So
interestingly enough.
they're getting off Twitch. And I heard people were pissed about it.
That's
There are, like-
it is because Activision Blizzard got a deal with YouTube. So
Yeah.
anything,
Call of Duty
They're sucking each other
and a few
off,
other
so,
things
you
are
know.
moving over
What are you
there as
gonna do?
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
But that's
Twitch-
kinda sad
Twitch
because-
is just getting fucked.
Are there like a lot of people that are genuinely watching on those platforms as much as Twitch?
I mean, YouTube Gaming is interesting because there's not really, you don't really go there to discover people very easily.
Yeah.
You go to watch people you already subscribe to. I've only discovered one person through YouTube live stream, and that was because I was watching something related to an event that was going on in Destiny, and now I'm subscribed to him. But other than that, you don't really find people. Same goes for Facebook. Although there's actually like a central location to look for that, but there's Facebook live gaming is like.
Yeah.
I've genuinely watched 2 people stream on YouTube. The rest of it is just like, I'll go to Twitch.
I used to watch back when I was actually into Overwatch. I used to watch Diggums. Play,
Oh, yeah.
play
Your boy
Overwatch
Diggums.
because he streamed exclusively on YouTube, and Diggums and his squad all like they were like they're not voice actors, but they were aspiring voice actors, and they all had a specific voice that they'd do for Overwatch. So I believe Diggums was Genji, and then there's another girl, the Widowmaker girl.
Yeah, I remember. her.
I ended up not following, I subscribed to her on YouTube. I'm still subscribed to her on YouTube. But yeah, like they were really cool. And then I fell off of Overwatch, so yeah.
Oops.
And then that ship sailed.
A person I used to watch on Twitch who streamed like Destiny mainly and some other games as well. She moved off to Facebook Gaming for about a year and a half, and she just came back because like Facebook was being not very good.
Did she actually have people that watched her?
They weren't very plus all.
She was for a while, and then something happened to her channel where like the views went from being like in the 500s to being in the 100s like overnight.
That's weird.
And then it didn't come back from that. And she
Like on Facebook?
yeah, and she communicated back and forth with them, and they were like, yeah, something that might have happened to your channel, it might have been flagged by accident, like let's get this sorted. They never fixed it. So she left. She was like, I'm not staying here anymore. Actually no, they kicked her out.
Oh
Wow.
Because they were like, there's a thing that was happening where they were like, you're not doing so well on the platform. They were just basically like, if you don't bring your viewership up in the next 2 weeks, you're not going to be a partner anymore.
Oh yeah.
And so she was like, the reason why I'm not getting any viewers is because you guys haven't fixed this problem yet. So she left. She came back to Twitch, which is good for me at least, because I don't care about watching her on Facebook Gaming. So
That's
I'm
whack.
watching her on Twitch now.
it's a big whack.
That was not a story I told before, by the way. So you got some new information.
I mean,
Sick definitive edition.
I get it if you were paid to go over to Facebook, but I can't imagine anyone voluntarily going.
I think isn't Disguised Toast on there now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Red Mercy's on there too, apparently.
Yeah.
So
Don't you
that-
So is
don't you have to pay to go to be on to do the YouTube shit?
Huh?
no.
You don't have to pay
never
for
mind.
any of that. It's just a matter of getting paid from these
Okay.
companies.
I was under the impression that you had to pay to use that shit.
I
don't know why.
Wesley, last recording was the beta. This one's got the featuals in the definitive edition. Yes, sir.
Why do you sound like you're trying to? Why do you sound like you're trying to sing like Chop Suey or something?
Cheat.
That wasn't me. That was him.
Either way,
I said, of course.
Like, wake up! Yeah, you know there's a video with the facials.
it's actually what it sounds like.
Wow.
dude.
That was a lot closer than I thought it was.
That's what I'm saying. All right, let's look at this last thing in the window shopping.
I want to.
We could just say it out of nowhere.
Get out.
Let's take a look at this Nintendo Switch Animal Crossing themed edition.
Oh, boy.
Now I know. Now I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking, Trey. But this is clean. This is very clean.
You know, if I were to predict what it would look like, I would say that it would be like light blue and light green. Maybe you'll have a little raccoon dudes on the actual like the dock.
Wait. You saw this before?
No. I'm just saying if I were a part of Nintendo, that's something that I would do. Maybe I'd have a case with some leaves on it, or maybe I would I'd embroider the back of the Switch to have a few leaves on. I'm throwing out ideas.
You know what? We're not even gonna look at it because he just described it. You could put it right here. We're done.
Nintendo, hire me. I'm in your thoughts.
By the way, that's Tom Nook and his family.
How did you do that?
Of the dock. The dock. I don't know what they are though. Are they raccoons? Is
Yeah,
that
they're
what they are?
raccoon dogs.
Tanukis.
Yeah, specifically.
Let me just run over a few details.
The images.
Wait, are Tanukis raccoon dogs specifically, or are they just?
I think they are.
Hold on, let me see.
The images shown on screen right now are images rendered in Trey's brain.
What I think the case would look something like this. The Joy-Cons would look something like, I don't know, this, and then
Yeah, Japanese raccoon.
yeah,
dog.
it would. I don't know. I think the dock would look something
that's
like
cool.
what's shown here.
Just an idea.
Just an idea swirling around
Now,
my
Trey,
head. They might look like
Will
that.
the case be sold separately?
If I were Nintendo, I'd sell them separately.
How much would you charge for this case?
We actually don't even know what that is.
I was baiting him because this is the wrong answer, regardless.
I can't imagine what they would charge for it.
But you fucked it up.
Why do you ask?
So yeah, the case is being sold separately. It's coming out March 13th with the game.
As I thought.
Without the console comes out without the game.
Yeah, the console is just a special edition console. You have to buy the game separately.
I knew it.
All right, that's it. We're moving on.
Again, I knew it.
All right, guys, let's watch a few trailers.
What is this? It might on my thing. It just says E.
See, Google's listening, man.
Oh, it's the esports form for Wilmu.
Wow.
Forget E.
Forget E.
Why did you call that E?
All right.
We have 3 trailers this week. First actually came out last week, and we forgot to watch it on the stream.
By the way,
on
for anyone
podcast.
asking, this is the part where we left off on.
Yeah, basically. Well, the first 2 things we did were things we didn't do yet, but yeah.
Oh, this is not happening.
Oh
is
man,
nice stuff here.
I really wish we had a timer.
We have the audio timer.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
We're 35 minutes in, basically.
Alrighty.
So we're at where we left
You
off.
know,
give us a round of applause.
personally, if I were
That was
Nico,
35 minutes?
34.
you know,
It
personally,
didn't feel like it looked. It felt way longer.
you know, personally, if I were
Felt like
Nico,
10
I'd go by
minutes.
the audio timer instead of like the actual timer, which he probably didn't put up. Just a thought.
Actually, it did felt like 35 minutes.
Trey's
So,
big brain today.
It felt like
Galaxy actually, but you know, I'll let that slide.
Continue.
I'm waiting on you, sir.
What I got?
Show us
All
the
right,
deeds.
so
Come on, Drubert.
we have a new Ghost in the Shell trailer for that Netflix show that's
yeah,
coming
remember
out.
that?
Isn't that the one where I was
I
like, I
showed
can't
you.
tell if this is good or not, but honestly, it looked like shit to me.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to have opinion again because I already watched this.
I did not watch
It's strange. The animation looks good. The art style looks simple and weird. But just see for yourself. It's been a week since I've seen it too, so let's
I
just
haven't
watch
seen
it.
it.
All right, let me
All
see
right.
this. Let me see this.
One,
Sack
two,
2045.
I am very cautious about this.
It's only in my left ear. Right there. God damn it. Turn it up just a bit. Dag.
国同士の砂取りゲームだ。
君たちにはある人物の救出作戦に参加してもらう。
奴は人間
Dag
ではなかった。あれは何だ。
ポストヒューマンと呼んでいる。
最新鋭の構成防壁を装備した隊員全員の電脳を瞬時にハックする
Dag.
と
Okay.
The hell?
What is going on?
That does not fit.
I don't understand
That music does not fit.
what is happening with the sound tracks.
別に金が全てじゃねえ。俺たちは自分
Is it like another video playing in the background?
デルタの包囲網を突破するためにも奴の身柄を確保する。
The effects look cool.
Yeah. Okay. To be honest, actually, it doesn't look that bad. I'm actually okay with how it looks CG wise, but yeah,
It's weird.
the
say the least.
the models
Wow.
the models themselves look very like, how do I explain it? It's like clay,
Yeah.
like a really like they look like clay, and it's really weird. And you
So-
can really see it on the darker skinned guy.
Yeah.
His face looks very like moldable.
Moldable.
If you know what I'm
It
saying.
looks so soft.
Yeah. But I don't think it looks terrible. The first trailer, even though we didn't get much, it like, it felt like it was like,
Yeah, the effects are really good.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. The animation's pretty solid. I mean, nothing wrong with the
I
animation.
think it's not terrible.
It's just the style looks weird.
Yeah, definitely.
Your hand.
Yeah, I think you described it well. It looks like clay. It looks like clay.
Talking to your mic.
I know.
Get your hand out of your mouth. Get your fist out of your mouth.
It's like, let me finish. So okay. So I was right the first time, like when the first trailer dropped, that it looks better once things are actually happening. Like the action
Yeah.
scenes look.
Because
way
last time we
better.
basically saw a car stop, and then she got out, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things where this is a movie or a show or
I think it's I think it's
No, it's a show.
I have no idea
Yeah,
actually.
it's serious. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 8-episode thing or something like that.
so yeah, you'll remember this
That's the new
series.
wave.
You'll remember this
8
series
episodes.
for its action scenes. You'll think it looks really good for its action scenes.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
But I think like when characters are like
Echo
standing around, it'll become very apparent. Like, oh, this looks weird.
I wonder if this is gonna get dubbed or not.
What I was going to say is, you know how like gritty and kind of like dirty that Borderlands looks
Yeah.
because it's supposed to look that way. This looks like if you cleaned up.
Yeah. I
Borderlands.
see what you're saying. Yeah.
Because if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
look
yeah.
back in the video, like there are very distinct lines on their face. You know,
Yeah,
for
but if they were
details,
softened, yeah.
which is what Borderlands does, except, you know, Borderlands looks gritty and this one doesn't.
Yeah, they're very apparent and harsh in
Yeah,
Borderlands
and
compared to this.
Yeah.
Back to what you were saying with if they were gonna dub. Netflix usually dubs anime. 80% of the time, the dubs are absolutely dick garbage. There's
Rip.
there's a specific anime that I'm thinking of, Aiko Incarnation. That dubbed is absolutely terrible. I couldn't believe my ears. It's really
Oh
bad.
dear.
Wow.
Incredible.
All right, let's
Yeah.
keep moving on.
we got next?
The studio behind Castle Crashers, called the Behemoth, has announced their 5th game. And the game is called Alien Hominid Invasion.
For hominid.
So this is a co-op arcade shooter with an all new reimagination of the studio's first game, Alien Hominid HD. So their first game, I believe, was like a Flash game.
The homina.
More
That
or less,
also
yeah.
got ported to the consoles and everything like that.
Is
But
it in,
now they're doing like a reimagining of that game.
In the
Reimaginating.
Yes.
Clusterfuck that we talked about earlier.
No.
Okay.
What? The you said it was a Flash game. Is it in the Flash?
Oh,
version?
in there? I don't know. That's a good question. I assume it
don't
probably is.
know.
I don't. All right.
I would assume so.
40-second trailer, go.
Count
it's-
me down.
Yeah, this is just a teaser, so let's just watch this real quickly.
1, 2, 3.
Freaking oh. Yo, he was just like,
He's like, fuck.
Yeah, we make games.
I assume so.
If it only his top row of teeth showing. By Behemoth. Ooh.
Yeah, you can play it at PAX East or EGX West if you're going to those events.
Cool.
That's cool.
So that's a game that's coming out. People will love Castle Crashers, so I figured that's something.
I gotta
something we
replay
should
that
actually. We should. Yeah, I think they came out with the remastered on all the consoles.
I'm
now.
1000% confident that Castle Crashers 2 will never exist.
That's a big F.
Indeed.
All right, finally, we got the new Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer. This is the official theme song trailer for the game, because half this trailer is with the theme song. Who hasn't seen this yet?
I have not.
I have not.
This is very good. I love this trailer. Trey's seen it already.
I really don't need to say anything.
You don't. It's just amazing. Just play. Let's
The
just
trailer
play.
speaks for itself.
This makes me really want to play this game.
Count me down.
1, 2, 3.
That's counting up.
So, what did you want to talk about?
When spring comes, I'm leaving town. I'm going to Midgar. I'm going to be a soldier. The best of the best. Like Sephiroth. Tell me,
Sephiroth!
is it really you?
Are we on schedule?
Please, Mr. President, I am asking you to reconsider. No, begging.
Director Twisty.
The stench of the director's cowardice fills the room yet again.
Mako supersaturation confirmed. Engaging materia cooling to reduce temperature.
Madam Director, you have a meeting shortly.
Stop. Your timing is impeccably atrocious.
Oh dear, oh dear. A man of my refined taste running out of butter.
Welcome to the Honeybee Inn, Cloud.
We heard about this before. If you guys remember this.
Expression of the heart. A thing without shame, to which notions
What
of
is that, man?
gender don't apply. Perfection.
Not a word.
Not even one.
Cloud is gay.
No!
But you're so pretty.
Oh yeah, you haven't played Final Fantasy 7.
No.
Today's.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
Well, Wesley, the rainbow is in the clouds.
Let's try. And so is the gay.
You know what I want. A second dance. Just the two of us.
So what the hell is it?
A fascinating question.
Oh, did it just.
Is that Mufasa?
I am that which you see before you.
It's Mufasa.
Nothing more.
You only more like Scar, huh? Not impressive.
Oh, that's what I meant. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah.
A touching reunion.
Alright.
Very good. And thus is the hypothesis proven correct. I can only hope you will continue not to disappoint.
That's my girl.
Getting tired of playing tag anyway.
Come on.
Avalanche ain't Buta or anybody's mother.
We're here to
Leviathan.
rescue Aerith, remember? We don't need more attention than what we're gonna get.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Get him.
I know these people, and I know they're never gonna let Aerith go. She's the last living ancient on the planet. Think about what that means to Shinra's scientists.
This is
The source of everything. Genova.
Suck on this.
The Shinra Electric Power Company isn't the real enemy. I promise you. There's a much bigger threat. I just want to do everything in my power to help all of you and the planet.
April 10th, baby.
Looks alright.
Freaking looks alright.
Yo, that game looks fucking clean.
Yes, sir.
I'm very excited for that.
This man's still staring at you.
What we got next?
Oh.
Wow.
That game looks cleanly.
Forget
It's gonna be on the list to be partial game of the year.
For sure. To think that's only the first part of Final Fantasy VII, by the way. There's more of the game, but we don't even have that. That's not even going to be out in April.
I can't say nothing else. That game about to be nasty. Oh.
I love how we say it's clean and then we say it's nasty.
Game about to
but
be.
but it all means the same thing.
Oh, game about to be disgusting, man. All of the like the secret bosses are gonna be in the game and more. Oh, what exactly?
It's fresh out the
Oh,
I'm very excited.
all right.
All right, we got a little bit of entertainment and tech news for you guys today. It's entertainment news.
Spoilers.
So, well,
well,
you're about to find out. All right, Disney Plus is getting an anime,
Cap.
but it's an anime that's actually already come out. So it's called Marvel Future Avengers, and it came out. It actually aired in Japan in 2017, and it got 2 seasons.
That's cool.
This is coming from comicbookmovie.com. So now it's coming to the West. It's coming to Disney Plus. It's going to be season 1 will be available starting February 28th. There's no information on whether it's being dubbed or just subbed yet. We don't know. I'm assuming since they're releasing it like one at a time, it'll probably be dubbed, but I could be wrong. And then here's a little premise of the show. Marvel Future Avengers was produced in collaboration with Japanese animation studio Madhouse and Walt Disney Japan.
Oh, Madhouse is on this show?
Yeah.
I don't like how this looks, but...
The series follows the adventures of Makoto, Adi, and Chloe, 3 genetically modified teenagers who have been raised by Hydra to believe that they are the heroes and the Avengers are the villains. They quickly realize Hydra's real intentions and join up with the Avengers as apprentices under the team moniker Future Avengers.
I need to see this actually in action, because so far I don't like how it looks, but... These characters, like the main characters you just described, look way different than like the actual characters like Iron Man, Thor, and all of them. It's like really weird and jarring. I'll put a picture up, but like these main characters look like they're from like Beyblade or something. But then there's like the Avengers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to see it in action.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'll see it when it comes out.
Go for
Looks interesting. Well, sounds interesting at least.
And there was another thing I wanted to talk about. Do we want to talk about this though?
No.
I was about to say I don't even know what it is.
Neither do I.
So there's a lot of stuff going on with Warcraft. So this is this is moving into the news blast and the payload area of the podcast.
Didn't you say we're gonna say
I
that?
think we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, Blizzard's in hot shit right now.
Again.
I was about to say again.
Blizzard.
Blizzard's fucking up.
Again.
Contrary to what we talked about earlier with Overwatch, they're fucking up.
Blizzard's caught in the blizzard.
Die.
Yeah, people were just...
Would that just make them twice as powerful?
Probably.
Maybe they're caught in a heat wave.
Maybe they're
probably
just
better,
melting.
yeah.
Blizzard's
They're caught in Activision. That's what they're caught in.
Well, how about this? You're fired.
He's sick.
I like it.
Someone has to.
All right, let's just go into the news blast and let's get these things moving over here.
Go for it.
Because we do have a lot. First thing, I actually meant to put this in the window shopping, but I ended up here by accident.
She make the back schmooze.
So there's something happening at Platinum Games right now. We have been seeing rumors and leaks about The Wonderful 101, which is a game that was on the Wii U by Platinum Games. It was exclusive to the Wii U. And now we have reason to believe that they're going to launch a Kickstarter to bring it to the Switch and PS4. Platinum Games just created a Kickstarter account. We've seen that. There's been other rumors that they're going to start a Kickstarter. It's supposed to be happening today when we're recording this, but I haven't seen anything yet. But while I was looking for that, there's also something else going on. Platinum Games is teasing something with the number 4. There's this it's like 4.platinumgames.com, and it just like has this number 4 sitting there, and it's like gray and white, and it's like glitching every so often. People are immediately, their minds are going to the 4th Nier game. Their minds are going to the 4th Drakengard game. A lot of things like that are going on right now.
Because when I think of glitches and Platinum, Nier Automata is what, or like Nier is what I think of.
Yeah, I think Nier is what is the most obvious thing there. Remember, we've been talking about that they might be doing something this year because it's Nier's anniversary or something.
Sure.
Or was it last year?
Literally, I'll take anything Nier.
I don't remember.
Your internet's dead.
Nigga, they put 2B into Soul Calibur, and she's clean.
Mm-hmm.
They had a crossover between Nier Automata and Final Fantasy XIV. That fight looks clean, and the music that came from it is stupid clean. And just the game itself is stupid clean.
Tim Rogers.
I'm pulling up this link on here. Platinum 4. Yep, there it is. It has been announced about the Wonderful 101 thing. There is now a Kickstarter to bring Wonderful 101 remastered into reality. Let's see what it's going to. I think it's... Let's see what platforms it's going to real quickly. Oh, that's not what I want. Wait, what?
Turns out it is what you wanted. Whoa!
Oh, they're announcing 4 things. Look at that. There's 1 spark.
Whoa! Why is it spinning like that?
There's 1 spark, and
Yeah.
there's 3 other sparks that haven't been lit yet. So the Wonderful 101 Kickstarter is what this stands for here. So they're announcing 4 things. That's what the 4 is for. Okay? So something Nier related, a remaster of the first Nier game that we were talking about before, something like that. I don't know what's happening. All this glitching and spinning.
There's a lot
Cheat,
of stuff
bro.
going on.
Whoa, what's happening?
Bayonetta?
We could be getting some Bayonetta related. We know that there's a 3rd game coming. They've shown it, but we haven't seen anything about it in a while. So maybe one of those things is that. I'm just looking forward to something. But we have the Wonderful 101 is now being remastered. I don't know why they didn't link me to the Kickstarter. Do I have to click on this?
No, not again.
Where's the Kickstarter? Hey. I can't find the Kickstarter, so.
That's unfortunate.
But it's a thing. It's a thing now because they posted about it on the Twitter.
Alrighty.
So there's that. Enjoy that.
Sure.
Moving on to more of the news blast.
Wow.
I haven't done these much since we started the podcast, but I'm meaning to do them. So for games with gold with the month of February, we have for Xbox One, we have TT Isle of Man, which is a motorcycle game.
That was not my first thought.
No, yeah, I wouldn't think so.
Doesn't
I don't
really
think the
make
same thing. That's going to be available for this whole month. Then for starting in the second half of the month, you will get Call of Cthulhu, which is a game that came out I think last year or 2 years ago.
Wasn't that?
And that'll be available. That'll be available throughout from the second half of this month or the first half of next month. Then for Xbox 360, you have Fable Heroes.
Wait, they're still doing that for Xbox 360?
Yep. They still got games.
Why?
They still got games coming, man. There's still plenty to go through apparently. So that'll be available in the first half of the month, and then for the second half of the month, we actually have an original Xbox game, Star Wars Battlefront. The original Star Wars Battlefront is
wait.
going to be free.
That one's not as good.
I think they already gave away 2.
I bet they did, but that one's not as good.
That'll be
You
available
can't
in
sprint in that one.
That'll be available in the second half of the month. So that's
I thought you were gonna
Xbox
say.
stuff.
I thought you were gonna say that. I think you get that in the second half of the game.
Wow.
Yo.
If you get unlocking.
So that's
sprinting halfway through the
Xbox's
game.
free. That's Xbox's free games for subscribers this month. On PlayStation Plus, you get BioShock the Collection.
Ooh.
This will be starting tomorrow from when we're recording, so you'll have it by the time you guys hear this.
1,000% downloading.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely getting that when I'm playing it when I get the chance. When I have the time. We already know. The Sims 4.
When you finish Kingdom Hearts.
Which is,
Yep.
That's a pretty big game. You're true.
Yep.
True.
Indeed, it is. For some people.
And then you get a bonus game this month, but you get Firewall Zero Hour, which is a first-person shooter in PSVR, which is supposed to be pretty good. I've heard it's pretty good. So download it just in case you ever come across PSVR someday. You can play it.
Just in case you stumble upon a PSVR, sure.
Yeah, just
So
find
that's
one
how that
on the
works.
side of the road. And then finally, we have Google Stadia as well. Google Stadia Pro subscribers can expect Metro Exodus and Guilt for free this month.
All two of you.
Yes.
Both of you can
Why
sure
is there
enjoy
so much
that.
here? What is all this?
Huh?
Why is there so much?
There's so much. Because a lot of it's not stuff we have to discuss, but I want to go through it.
Yes, sir.
Metro Exodus that's the Metro game, and then Guilt is the game that's exclusive to Stadia, time exclusive that we talked about previously. That's unfortunately supposed to not be very good.
But you just go for it.
The next thing we have today is Black Mesa, which is the fan remaster of the first Half-Life game that started coming out in 2015, is finally coming out of early access soon. So it's been in beta for a while now, and now it's finally releasing.
Freaking finally.
In their latest update for the game, developer Crowbar Collective
DJ.
excitingly announced the
Crowbar
news. Quote, after lots of internal and external testing, we will patch the build as needed and finally release Black Mesa out of early access.
Just so you guys know that the first finally is lowercase, regular finally, comma, finally in all caps, and then it's finally with 3 exclamation points in parentheses.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
It's like bacon.
Post-release, the roadmap for the game includes bug fixing, polishing art, and continual support for Steam Workshop.
Fug bixing.
Snake.
Fug bixing?
Snake. Snake.
I'll occasionally listen to a word and I'm like, what if I just switch the 2 first letters? And I thought fug bixing was that's funny.
Oh, jeez. So, yeah, this is pretty cool. There's no concrete date yet, but the next major thing they're doing is coming out with the actual game and getting it out of early access. So if you're interested in playing Half-Life and you haven't played the first game, this might be the cool way to do it. You're going to support a developer and you're also going to get a really nice remastered version. Actually, somewhat like a remade version of the game.
All the cool kids are doing it.
I think I will play this at some point.
Just I was playing Half-Life 2.
I saw that.
But did he actually play the first one?
I don't know. He came in my room earlier and told me that he was playing Half-Life.
Because you don't need to play the first one, but you get more of you get the world and you understand where certain game mechanics come from that lead into what Half-Life 2 is.
Sure.
But they are their own thing, so you don't have to play the first one.
So you could play Black Mesa though.
I get you.
Yes, sir.
And it'd be very fun. Next thing, Ori and the Will of the Wisps has gone gold.
Yes!
And that game is coming out March 11th.
Yes!
So be excited.
Good.
Please be excited, as they say.
I am so excited. I have that game
Who says that?
pre-ordered from Best
A lot
Buy
of Japanese
Collector's
developers.
Edition.
Really?
Yeah.
Forget-
And I am
please
going to be
be
playing it
excited.
on Xbox when it comes out.
Yeah, they say that. It's
Let's
adorable.
So Nico, would you
So
like to
yeah.
repeat? Would you like to repeat yourself?
Nope.
Okay,
They got it.
The camera was on me the whole time.
good.
It's true.
I hope so.
It will be.
I'm gonna say
better
that's
be.
up to Wesley.
Just gonna be cutting between me and Hug.
It's just going to be like,
Next, The Outer Worlds is coming to Nintendo Switch on March 6th. So if you haven't played that game and you want to play it on the go on the Switch or whatever, play on the Switch. It's coming out.
But no matter how much you play that game, it sucks.
wow.
I was gonna make the joke that now I can do nothing but on the go.
No, it's actually
But yeah.
it's actually a very good game.
That
No,
is
it's
a good
terrible.
game.
Worst game ever.
It's a full price game. The physical copy of the game will not come with a cartridge.
It better not.
It's one of those games.
Oh my god, I hate that so much.
So just be mindful of that if you buy a physical copy. You will still have to put a code in and download it.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Good to know.
You can get a box.
Get a box.
Next thing's next. EA has some positive words about next generation consoles.
I don't care.
You're very adamant on EA being
EA big.
Not something you're fucking with.
Continue, Hike.
I don't like EA.
So
I can see that.
EA had an earnings call recently, as did a lot of companies, because the financial quarter ended in December. So there's a few things out of this EA call. This one in particular, the CFO of EA, Blake Jorgensen, says all
Hell of a
this.
name.
As new consoles come out, I don't want to get ahead of our great partners at Microsoft and Sony, but you should assume that the power of those consoles are going to be a lot better than the power of the existing consoles, which means a really simple thing. We can do a lot more. And so you will start to see things over the next couple of years that we're doing with games that will blow people's minds. And that's the fun part of this business, because we are going to see so much innovation, not just from us, but all across the whole industry. And that's why you've seen growth across the software business as part of this overall video game business in every single console cycle over the last 20 plus years. And so that's where people sometimes get hung up. They get too focused on the short term and not thinking about what's transpired historically. And the power of the new consoles is going to be substantially greater than the existing consoles, which means we can do. Why is he saying it? He's saying it again, and it's going to be. I guess he's talking to investors. He's got to get it over, you know. And it's going to be fun and great to see how our existing games will evolve, like FIFA or Madden, but also see how new games will evolve or be developed under that much higher power. Yeah, so he's just excited about it. He also talks about.
So real quick, you said that like some people don't think about the long term.
I think he's just saying, like, some people get too focused in, like, maybe some things that go wrong in games or things that just hadn't happened. He's not talking about EA in general. He's talking about games industry in general. He's just saying people forget how far we've come and how much we still have to go in next generation.
Okay. Good. It's good that I had that clarity before I said anything.
Sure. Yeah. He also talks about there was a change in leadership over at DICE Stockholm, and that they got really strong traction going on the next Battlefield game, which is we already know is coming out next fall. So that's cool. That's good. They're not gonna beat Battlefield to death, because we had quite a bit of them in a little short time period there, with Battlefield and Battlefront, and then but kind of slowing down a little bit here.
Yes.
A Battlefield game that comes out a year into the next generation cycle is going to look really good. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
For sure. So I just wanted to get that out there.
Though, as I said, coming from EA, it means like next to nothing.
Next.
Wizards of the Coast is opening a new studio with BioWare veterans called Archetype Games. So Wizards of the Coast is the guys that own the properties of Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering. Yeah. And all those kinds of, very RPG like properties.
Tabletop.
Yeah, tabletop properties and stuff like that. But they also have games. They're opening a new studio with some people from BioWare. So unlike the other games on the way, Baldur's Gate 3, Magic Legends, Dungeons and Dragons, Dark Alliance, two of which we saw at the Game Awards, the studio's first game will be a new IP, which is something interesting and different for them. The studio's website reveals information about the game. It says sci-fi game will be a story-driven RPG that aims to put the player at the center of an epic personal narrative with impactful choice. So it's a sci-fi game. It's a sci-fi RPG. And you think about you're bringing people from BioWare. That's a pretty perfect pairing right there. You see. And then the quote here says, "Wizard of the Coast's president." Chris Cox teased what the new IP will entail in an interview last year. Quote, "Our first step is to build a franchise that will endure like Magic and D&D, but will figure out the right platforms for that world to express itself over the years to come.
When you say Wizards of, I think you're going to say Waverly Place.
Oh. We think our strength is in creating fun, detailed worlds that players in our community want to immerse themselves in. Obviously, we have a rich lineage in tabletop and trading cards, but what our focus on is developing a world that people will care about and then figuring out which platforms let people connect with it in the best possible way for them. Talking about they're going to build this game, and then they're going to see where they want to expand it to next and kind of get people into the world. Because obviously you have D&D, which is, role-playing, and Magic the Gathering, which is a card game, like a physical card game. So yeah, they have that's cool. That's coming. Let's try to get through the rest of these things because I got to go soon. Next thing. Discord is retiring two more features that people really weren't using on their platform. So you will no longer be able to use Discord as a game launcher, which you could do.
Yeah.
In the activity tab, when you first open Discord, there'd be a thing that says games that you recently played, and you can click on them. It would launch your game.
Yeah.
I had no idea it did that.
Yep, that doesn't.
I knew that.
And then there was also in the activity feed that you could see like game news and stuff like that from developers and things along those lines. That's being retired as well. And this is also coming shortly after they removed the ability to like buy games on Discord. Remember that? And there was also they were also giving away free games, Discord Nitro, but people weren't really using apparently. Do I want to read this? Let me see. I mean, yeah, the focus is just to kind of get the focus on Discord back on what it does best, because people really aren't using these other features, so why are they going to support them and make it more busy than it needs to be? So that's all for that. Now here we have some exciting news. Nintendo's latest financial earnings results are pretty crazy, my guy. The Nintendo Switch has now sold a total of 52.48 million units.
Nice.
It's over 50 million now. That is now about halfway to where the PS4 is. That's probably past the Xbox One. We don't know because we don't know their actual sales to the Xbox One.
It's like 4 games.
Yo!
I've been waiting this entire time.
This man's been waiting for another numerical statistic to say that.
Oh God!
Jesus Christ!
And this is as of December 31st, so it doesn't include anything in this year yet, because this is from last year's financial earnings.
I'm gonna smack you.
This also means they've outsold the SNES, so they've topped their own console on that front.
Nice.
Includes 47.3 million Switches and 5.19 million Switch Lites. So there's about a little over 5 million Switch Lites out there right now.
Those numbers do not add up, by the way. We are off by 0.01 on the total.
Yikes.
That's probably because
someone's lying to us.
It's made up somewhere else, probably.
What the goo? All right.
On top of that, 10.8 million consoles were sold in just the last financial quarter of last year, which is, I believe, October through December. And then other big thing is Pokemon Sword and Shield sold over 16 million units by the end of December last year, meaning it did that in less than 2 months. 16 million.
That's crazy.
That's like a 1-to-3 attach ratio for the Switch.
Disgusting.
To put this into perspective.
Yo, shut up.
To put that into perspective.
You didn't even start like that.
To put that into perspective, Pokemon X and Y sold over 6.44 million units in its lifetime.
16.44.
16.44. So it's basically almost sold what X and Y sold in like 2 months.
That's actually ridiculous.
That's big Pokemon growth right
Again,
there.
that's not even including anything that's been sold in January.
That's nuts.
So clearly, people who wanted to boycott Pokemon, that didn't work.
Lol.
First of all,
wow,
Yeah.
it's almost like I was right in that all of you who are most of you who are complaining, you're gonna buy the game anyway. Shut up.
yeah, that's a lot of people. Pokemon is definitely not dying. That's for sure.
Nope.
And then lastly, a part of that, Luigi's Mansion 3 and Super Mario Maker 2 both sold over 5 million units each. So those games are doing well too, in their own respect. No 16 million, but that's still pretty. That's a good chunk. What is that? 1/10 of the Switch's user base, so it's not bad.
Sure.
I got 3 more things for you guys. Retro Studios currently working on Metroid Prime 4 it's been about a year since they announced the restarted development on that game. Remember
It's also
that?
pronounced Pime, but whatever.
Figured Pime.
Man, he's
Where's
just
the
completely
R?
omitting the R.
Metroid Pime.
They just hired DICE's art director. I'm not going to know how to pronounce his last name. I think his first name's Johnny.
Let me give it a go.
Winigish.
Not even close.
Johnny
Winigish? No. Johnny Lungsted?
Lungsted?
I don't know.
Lungsted,
I think that's it. Yeah.
Give it to me.
DICE is in Stockholm, so that's where he's from probably. Who has helped in the art direction for games like Mirror's Edge Catalyst, Battlefield 5, and Medal of Honor. Other games.
Yeah,
Art
I
direction.
forgot about
Okay.
Art
That's
direction.
true.
Metal.
We're talking about art direction.
I forgot about Metroid.
Art direction.
Prime 4.
Yeah, they announced about a year ago they
Art
restarted
direction.
development.
Yeah,
remember?
I remember.
Art
And
direction.
I'm waiting.
Art
Yeah, I'm
direction.
waiting
Where's
too.
my game?
This also follows the recruitment of
Art
Halo
direction.
series character modeler Kyle Heffley, who was hired this past October.
Kyle Hafner.
All these titans. Man.
So that man's gonna make some good ass models for
That's
this
what I'm
game.
saying.
And then on top of that, the lead designer of Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze returned to the studio earlier this year as well.
Wow.
So yeah,
I mean, level design is gonna be crazy.
all that.
God status.
And lead designer is not what level design is, Wesley.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
It's not.
No.
And we don't even know if he's the lead designer on the game. He's just the lead designer of Tropical Freeze.
Yeah. Well, maybe he is doing the level design.
That's
though.
what
I
I'm
don't-
saying.
Who knows?
He's designing something. I'll tell you that.
Nico's just like fucking.
You're really not willing to give it up, are you? He's like, no, guys, I swear I knew what I was talking about.
And that was from Liam Doolin at Nintendo Life.
Doolin.
That was who wrote that.
All I gotta
article
say
about that.
is they hired some titans to do God's work over there, basically, and we're about to get something.
I mean,
That
someone has to do
game-
my work while I'm away.
That game better be
against
coming
something
out.
special.
That game's not gonna come out for another 2 years. Unfortunately, probably.
Don't say that.
They restarted.
What, the
it a
fact
year
that's not
ago.
going to come out for another 2 years?
Don't.
What part should we not say? The 2 years or the fact that it's not going to come out for another 2 years?
All of it.
Would you prefer 3?
I just want it. I want to.
Would you prefer it as 4 whole games?
I mean, it is like 4 whole games. That's true because it is Metroid 4.
I'm just gonna read I'm just gonna read a quote from this article, and it'll describe what this news is. This is from
nigga's upset.
this is from Vicky Blade over at Eurogamer. Hold on, Vicky Blade. That's a cool ass name.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Also,
Having Blade as a last name.
speaking of names, Vulcan, the support from C9, his last name is La Flamme.
Vicky La Flamme.
It's his
Wow.
Philip La Flamme.
He was like, Philip Blargen of Sebenochib.
That's not what I said.
I don't know what he just said. He might have just cursed somebody out in Slovakian.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
It was
That sound like
friggin-
Slovakian.
It came from SpongeBob.
Oh, okay.
You daft bastards.
All right. This quote says, Silent Hill movie director Christopher Gans has announced he's making not one but 2 new video game themed movies. One based on the foggy town of Silent Hill, and another featuring the unsettling Japanese horror series Fatal Frame / Project Zero.
Oh, Fatal Frame.
So we're getting
bro.
a new Silent Hill movie and a Fatal Frame movie
Wow.
from this guy.
Silent Hill is gonna be very scary. If
Go for it.
There's been 2 Silent Hill movies already.
I know,
Yeah.
but like now, like
It's true.
2020 Silent Hill.
I'm already
Yeah.
skeptical.
Well, of course, it's a video game movie.
Yes, but these aren't like video games like Sonic or
I see what you're saying. Yeah, you could easily just make a horror movie
yeah.
based in the Silent Hill
That's what I'm saying.
area and just call it Silent Hill, and you'd just be fine.
They could have done the same thing with almost every other video game movie. There are a lot of things they could have done easily that they didn't do.
I get it, but it's just easier. Is what I'm saying. It's easier.
All I know is when it comes out and it's trash, I'm gonna say I told y'all so.
I did read that the Fatal Frame movie is going to be filmed in Japan to keep the the vibe that it's supposed to
Yeah,
have.
Fatal Frame. That's gonna be interesting too. I definitely want to see that.
And believe me, I hope it's good. Do I think it's gonna be good? No.
We'll find out.
Was that game dick? I can't remember. If it
What,
was
Fatal
dick.
Frame?
Yeah.
No, Fatal Frame was clean as fuck.
Was it good? Okay. Yeah. I remember watching.
There's multiple, isn't there?
Yeah.
I remember watching Game Worms play it.
I think there was one that wasn't that great, but like most of the series, like that game, like those games are clean.
Yeah. Okay.
And the last thing on our podcast for today
It's
is, and this was announced right before the podcast started, actually, Daemon Ex Machina.
Which podcast? Like which one?
The first one.
Okay. Just to clarify.
Daemon Ex Machina, the Nintendo Switch exclusive game, is exclusive no more, as it's coming to Steam on February 13th.
Forget wait.
It's coming to Steam in 2 weeks. Actually, 10 days.
Wait, did that game already come out on Switch?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Forget whoa. Go Adam.
Wow.
Here, dude.
It was.
All right.
It wasn't very good. I don't think.
Oh.
I told you I tried the demo. Remember?
You did, yeah.
And it didn't feel. But if it performs better, which it should on PC, maybe it'll be good.
That's so upsetting.
Let me just before we go, let me just look this up. Daemon.
What's our time?
Ex Machina.
We are about hour 17. So.
Oh, we did a good job.
You just had like I just remember seeing so much shit on the screen.
I literally have to walk out of my house in 10 minutes. So.
It's a good thing we forgot to record audio.
Yeah, it has a 68 on Metacritic, so it's not great.
I pushed the button.
What?
It has a 68 on Metacritic, so it's
I
not
saw you
great.
push the button.
I did.
7.2 for user score.
I thought about it heavily,
which is actually not terrible, because user scores can get pretty harsh on Metacritic.
True.
But if it comes to PC, then it should run better, which also means that it should be a little bit better too. Because I don't know how it ran on Switch when after the game came out. On the demo, it just didn't feel good. I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah,
But-
and you were like, I hope that they like change some things or like tighten up a few things.
I don't know if they did.
When the game
I
comes
read a
out, but
review, I
apparently
think.
not.
But it wasn't great. But yeah, I mean, if you're interested in it though, on PC it might be better. So look forward to that. Please be excited.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry.
That's enough.
That's gonna be episode 16 of the Market Podcast. Thanks everyone for watching. Remember to give us a like on the video if you enjoyed yourself, and comment. We want to hear y'all's opinions on today's topics. Subscribe if you want to see more, and don't forget, if some of you bozers are sitting there wishing you could listen to the show while you're doing your homework, whatever y'all get in, I did. Whatever y'all get into, look no further. We're on a number of podcast platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Castbox, etc. The list goes on and on. All links are down in the description below. Same goes for you audio listeners. If you want to see anything from the episode, hop over to the YouTube at Black Market Gaming. Show your boys some love, man. Ha.
And remember, if y'all ain't watching us or subscribe to us on YouTube, the next time you get pizza, I'm gonna replace the tomato sauce with ketchup.
Do you?
Oh, that's just disappointing.
Do
How would
you?
that taste?
Not very good. I don't like the idea of ketchup with cheese on top of it. On like baked dough.
Here's the thing. Ketchup is almost always cold or room temperature. What if it got heated up?
No.
Would that
Then
make
it-
it worse, or would
it
that?
would get-
that's a good point.
Would that not be as bad?
It wouldn't be as bad if it was baked.
Would it get
You're right?
No.
Baked ketchup?
Well, because if you ever had ketchup meatloaf, which I think my dad's making tonight,
Oh, I have not.
Yeah, I have.
that's what like baked ketchup tastes like.
Oh,
So it's not as bad.
okay.
I still don't know if I'd like that with the cheese. Though.
I'm curious.
Isn't that basically Grotto's?
Yo, literally.
Hey, Grottos, would you like to sponsor us?
They don't want to do that after that.
I have
Oh,
a question. Try before we end.
How may I help you?
Do you think of those like right there, or are those just stewing in the oven?
There was one that I thought of the morning of, but everything else has been like, oh yeah, he's doing the end of the podcast. What could I say?
Okay.
I could say this.
That works.
Good on you.
All right.
Sorry for the awkward episode, guys, but thank you for watching.
He's
This has
sorry,
been
fuck
the
you.
definitive edition. Thank you.
Trey, do you have anything in your brain that was possibly cut off in the middle of the podcast that didn't come out?
Did we cut you off, Eddie?
Oh no, this is like the first time in years.
Wow. Somehow we lose 35 minutes of the podcast and this is the best episode we've ever had. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's like 4 times as good.
All right. See you guys all next
Sounds
week.
good.
See, Haig was looking over for a second. He was like,
I kind of want to end the podcast on that. It's like 4 times as good. And then that's it. But yeah. Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
"Fuck you."